If you are at all interested in trees in southern Africa, you will almost certainly know the phrase Miombo Woodlands. The Miombo Woodlands, of course, huge stretch of more or less homogeneous woodland that spreads from Tanzania all the way down through Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique into Zimbabwe, reaching its southern extent right in the south of Zimbabwe. The two main tree species, the dominant tree species, especially in the southern part of the range that we associate with Miombo, are the Msasa tree, Brachystegia speciformis, and the Monondo tree, Julbernardia globiflora. But there are many, many other trees, and I'm standing right here in a glade surrounded by Muguswi, as they call it here, the Mountain Acacia, which is another one of the most spectacular of the Miombo species. How's it, guys? My name is Gus, the African plant hunter, and I am in Chizarira National Park, right on the edge of what they call the Kariba viewpoint, looking off towards Lake Kariba, about 40 kilometers in the distance. And I'm surrounded by these beautiful, beautiful mountain acacia trees. Brachystegia glaucescens. Glaucus in Greek refers to the color of the stem, that sort of gray bluey color, very distinctive. Otherwise known as Brachystegia tamarindoides. That name is used because the compound leaf, about 10 to 16 pairs of leaflets on a compound leaf, look quite similar to the tamarind tree, which of course is not actually a native to southern Africa, but came in with traders several hundred years ago from India, where it comes from. The mountain acacia is misnamed, of course, because it's not in any way related to the acacia species. It's so named because of its tendency to produce these beautiful flat-top trees. And it is such a spectacular tree. In my mind, the most spectacular of all the Miombo species. And this location where I am now is probably one of their most picturesque settings in Zimbabwe. Now, the mountain acacia you will instantly and easily identify from its bark. This kind of smooth, silvery, grey, bluish tinged bark that peels away to leave bright yellow patches. And it is utterly unmistakable. You cannot miss it. When you see it, you know immediately that that's what it is. Like the other Brachystegia species, it has a pod, and that pod, which is just forming now, I'm in early autumn in May, and that pod is going to dry up and then explode sometime probably in around July or August in a process that's called explosive dehiscence, sending the seeds out far and wide so that they can regrow. One of the things about this tree is it's not that easy to grow at home, and the reason for that is that, like all Brachystegia species, they form very strong fungal associations, fungal networks underground, and they find it very hard to grow without the appropriate fungus around them. So what you need to do if you're going to try and plant one of these at home is to take some soil from underneath an existing one, which will already have been inoculated with the appropriate fungi, and then plant that in the soil with the tree as you plant it. It is a beautiful, beautiful tree to grow at home, of course, but not that easily done. Weirdly, because there are medicinal uses that I know associated with the other Brachystegia species, I'm not aware of any medicinal uses with this one, and if you do know of any, I would love to hear them. Please, wherever you're from, if you're familiar with this tree. I would expect that there are also uses of the bark, but again, I do not know of any, and I'm quite surprised by that. But I've never come across any literature references to medicinal uses of this tree or its bark. The one use that it has historically had is as a source of timber. It's not a great timber, very susceptible to borers, but if you treat it and protect it, it's moderately strong and perfectly serviceable. But that's really the only use other, of course, than as a spectacular ornamental tree. Or right here where it is now on this beautiful escarpment, just as a monument to the incredible creative beauty of nature. This tree in Shona is called Muunze. In Ndebele, it's called Mbuze. But here, where I am, this is a Tonga-speaking area, and I referred to the Tonga name earlier. It's Muguswi. What a beautiful name. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this very quick episode on the Mountain Acacia Brachystegia glaucescens / tamarindoides. If you enjoyed that, plenty more on my YouTube channel or Facebook, and sometimes even on Instagram. Just type in African Plant Hunter. And if you'd like to support me, you can do that by going to patreon.com/African Plant Hunter. It doesn't cost you very much money and it makes a huge difference to me. So I would really appreciate your support. All right, guys, I'm off to look at some other trees in this stunning area. I will catch you later. Take it easy. Bye.